No, we will not be doing that. Welcome back to Biome. It's been a little bit since the end fight and the end rating. I don't think I showed you this before then, but I set up a little industrial district. And I've been busy since the end fight, building farms, building storage stuff for it, and just trying to collect all the things I can. Let me show you what I've been up to. As you can see, I have some shulkers here in minecarts. None of these are the original shulkers from the end. They are all new because I only got two from the end. Loaded one into a shulker farm, which is there and is running wonderfully with a full supercharger. But at one point, all the shulkers in it died. So I had to send the backup in. And then I used this little rail system and that little spot up there to grab these 6 out, so I always had at least some backup. Let me go over here to storage and sleep, because this is where I've been basically AFKing a lot. And we have some shulker shells here now being loaded into shulker boxes. I originally had it just going into double chests, but yeah, it's a very productive farm. If we go over here real quick, this is what we're going to be working on today. I gotta finish putting in the grass for a platform, but it's going to be where the storage building for the industrial district is. But I want you to see this. It's been a very productive farm. And I have almost 2 full shulker boxes in my ender chest. Right here in this ugly little pit is a slime farm I built. It works pretty well. I AFK on that ender chest. That way I get the most spawns possible. I've got some miscellaneous storage from when I was building this. I do want to come back and redo these walls into a nice color and probably redo the platforms so they're all consistent, because they are not consistent at all. I wish I could cover this and still get slime to spawn, but I can't. Before the end fight, I had built, let's get down here, this mob farm, which does really well. How am I doing on bone? Oh, I am full on bone blocks. Okay, so no more running this until I've shulkered up these bone blocks. Here is, let me go over here so we can actually see. Just a little temporary sugarcane farm, just so I could get rockets for the end. And actually, it does a really good job, so I probably won't build a bigger one, because I'm not selling rockets or anything. I just need rockets for myself. And it does pretty well. I will end up moving it. It'll be in the storage system, or the storage building. That way it can easily go into storage. And then over here, I've stockpiled some rockets. I've been doing flight duration 1, but I started making some flight duration 3 ones for a reason, which maybe you'll see in this video, maybe not. And then I have this little bamboo farm that I set up so I could easily get like wood for chests and stuff, because obviously I have plenty of bone meal. And then my most recent addition is this raid farm, which uses rockets and obviously ominous bottles to summon in the raid it's a stacking one. So you get them all in. You put your sword in this pot, which then kicks off a timer that gives you the potion you drink, and then gives you the firework you fire off, and then also puts your sword back in your hand. So basically, you just stand here, hold right click, and as long as you're holding right click, it will put the sword in here. You will receive the ominous bottle. You can drink it, and then as soon as you're done drinking it, basically, you get the rocket. The rocket goes off, and at the same time it goes off, it throws your sword back into your hand so you get looting. And it's done pretty well because I have 6 double chests of totems there, plus more totems here. And I have 5 shulkers of totems at spawn for sale. I've also been using it for XP to create new backup gear and tools, which I haven't gotten to the tools and weapons yet. But the gear is pretty much done. I do need to try to find Swift Sneak 3 for the pants, but that's a future river problem. So, what I want to do now is get this platform filled in the rest of the way, and then start collecting all the materials I need, because I need a ton of hoppers, a ton of chests, and a ton of redstone. Because everything's being shulker box loaded that can be, and if it can't be, it's going to be on a system that lets me do a trash can. That way, I'm not keeping a bunch of saddles and stuff that I don't need. I'll have to manually shulker box some of the non-stackables, and then I want to be able to have a switch to just burn everything else. So that's where I'm at now. I need to get everything together. It's going to take me a while, so let's do a resource gathering montage. Okay, my resource gathering montage didn't montage very well because I didn't hit record on several of the things. Plus, I'd already bought like all the wood and stuff. There's a lot of chests. There's a lot of hoppers. That was the bulk of it. As you can see, the building is not complete. The redstone is complete. Mostly. I need to figure out a system for loading the shulker box loaders because they'll go through them quick. So I'm going to figure out a way to craft shulker boxes on demand for the different sections. Speaking of sections, these two sections here total 16 shulker box loaders that also have crafters on them. So we'll get redstone blocks, emerald blocks, glowstone. We will get bone meal, not bone blocks, because I need this for flower farms and stuff. So it's better off as shulkers of bone meal. If we go over here, all of these are shulker box loaders too, just without the crafters. I didn't see a point in crafting string into wool when I can just do it manually as I need it, because you never know. I might need string to make a bunch of bows for dispensers, because I certainly did for this. I have ender pearl stasis areas. This one here right next to the portal that I moved is for my fishing rod so I can teleport. Portal's pretty good here. Didn't really have to change anything in the nether, except I did rotate it just so it was lined up better. The shulkers are still over there, as are a couple of tamed llamas for the gold farm in case we need them. Nothing is currently coming in here yet because I don't have all the filters set, but I did start doing stuff up with the mob farm so that I can set it up to send it down. I also don't have this back wall done. It was supposed to be for like non-stackable items from the raid farm, but that's a lot of space for non-stackable items that most of them I'm not going to keep. I mainly just want the totems and the occasional potion that comes through. And that's about it. So what I'm going to do is probably make this just be double chests from floor to ceiling, which I think the ceiling's one block lower than that. And that's just going to be for me to take like shulkers of stuff from here and put it in there as overflow. And what I'll do is I will have the raid farm send everything down except the non-stackable. So I'll leave the filters there and then have it send it down. And then non-stackables and overflow will just go to the end couple chests or fire. And then I can just manually empty, well, not manual, I have a trash can system set up to the non-stackable items. As you can see the lava there. So I'll just pull stuff out as I need it and shulker it up and then just burn everything else. These shulker box loaders are very nice because I can actually access them, and the design does take that into account. So if I need like a stack of string, I can grab it instead of having to grab a whole shulker. These ones over here are the same shulker loader, but they have crafters on them. And it's based off of Impulse SV's storage for his raid farm. He made the crafter shulker box loader, but his was longer. Actually, I think they're about the same length the way I did it, but he had the shulker box loader where you can't access the shulker box, and it's just a straight line shulker box loader. I hyper focused when I saw the video and decided to see if I could make it work with this one. Turns out I can. It just becomes too wide tileable because there's just no way of loading the shulker box when you have the snow above, the powdered snow above it, so you can actually access it, except through the side. So kind of hard to be one wide when you need a hopper on the side. So I did this, and then I sent it to him and showed it to him because, well, my brain went, I did this, and I spent all this time on it, and here, in case you decide you want access to shulkers in the future, there's a design for it. So, that's fun. I also am not going to do the rest of the building because I need to do, like I said, the back wall, but I also need to do the water streams. My original plan was stuff on the side comes up the side. Stuff over here comes up the side. Well, that's annoying because I was just going to have everything that didn't fit in the side, like didn't have a filter, come to the storage over here at the end and just, end up in those double chests that were supposed to be for non-stackables and stuff. Don't like that. That's temporary. Ignore it. So I think everything's going to make its way over and come up the side, go all the way around, end up over here, and anything that's not collected will be sent into a basement that I need to dig into chests there so I can go through and see, oh, I need to pull this out and sort it, or, oh, I don't need this. And I'll just set up a trash can system on it to burn. Just keeps it easy for me. Lots of space in here. I am going to put a sheep farm in here. The sugarcane farm's going to move in here. And I can probably put in like a workstation area. And there was something else I wanted to put in. What was it? Oh, a super smelter. It probably won't be in here. It'll probably be underground and just have an input and output. And I'll also probably bury a bamboo farm unless I go big with it, in which case it'll probably be out this way. But I'm thinking I'm going to use bamboo for the fuel for it. It's not the most efficient, but it is cheap, free, and bamboo does 0.25 items per bamboo. If you make a block, you get 1.5, but if you take that block and turn it into planks, you get 3. So it's probably going to be using bamboo planks as the fuel. But this is where I'm going to stop for now because I do need to figure out that. I need to figure out the water streams and the basement storage thing. And then once the back wall and all that's figured out, I can actually build the building around it. I also need to do all the filters and get the shulker box crafters in and situated because there's not a ton of room under the roof once it's on. I can walk around and all, but it's so much easier to just fly up, access the filter, and also the, where is it? Oh, do I have to access that from the front? I do. Easier to access the filter and the crafter. That way, I don't have to, because there's going to be, a ceiling here, so you're not going to see this stuff. It ends basically, here. There'll be something, so you'll be able to access this, but you won't see the other stuff. So I need to get filters and crafters and stuff set, and then we should be good. But that's where I'm going to call it for this episode. I've got task 5 to go deal with because this task 4 was terrible. There was no way I was going to not use auto farm for 2 weeks. I noped out and then went and hit the button. I did not record hitting the button because I didn't think about it. Task 5 though, going to be fun. So we're going to do that. And maybe we can finish this building in the next episode. Until then, bye.